It's Wonder Woman Day! This is the earliest I've ever been up to go to the cinema. It's only 10:20. Obviously, we're going to B&M first because we want our cinema treats. Again, if you're watching from the Showcase Cinema, when we say cinema treats, we mean things we're going to eat after the cinema. But obviously, we wouldn't take them into the cinema. That would just be silly. But we're here so early, we don't need to be at the cinema, which, as we discovered earlier in the week, is the other side of those bushes. We don't need to be at the cinema until 11 o'clock, so once we've been to B&M, we might just have to go into Smith's toy store without Anna there to tell me it's time to leave. Amy's found one of her friends, I think. Just gave them free rein to basically buy whatever they wanted in B&M, and it came to less than a tenner. That's how great that shop is. And we've got far more sweets and beverages than any one family could possibly need for a month of going to the cinema. But we do have 26 minutes until we need to be at said cinema, so we're going to go into Smith's. I've only got one child with me now. Eldest one is too miserable to go in a toy shop apparently, but we're going to go in here and buy toys. Right, we're back at the cinema again. Extensive review of Wonder Woman will come up very shortly. I'm quite excited, these two less so.
To the war.
Well, technically the war's that way, but we gotta go this way first.
How can a woman fight in this? Ooh.
Who is this young woman?
She's my,
Diana, Princess of the Mist.
Prince, Diana Prince.
Well that, hold on, where's the sun? Where's my face? Why can't I'm stood in the shade. Hang on. That is just about the best representation of a comic book character in a movie I've ever seen. They got Wonder Woman absolutely spot on. If you've been a little bit down on the previous DC movies, and I'm not one of the people who was, I actually quite enjoyed Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad, but even if you're a little bit down on those previous ones, if you have any kind of affiliation to the Wonder Woman character, you have to go and just see that movie as a standalone movie, because absolutely spot on characterization. I've read a few reviews online saying it's a little bit cheesy, but it's supposed to be cheesy. It's Wonder Woman. She doesn't have like shades of grey. It's supposed to be good versus evil, proper old school cheese, and it was brilliant. Did it really, really, really well. Plus, saw the trailer for the Justice League movie that comes out in November, which I hadn't seen online, and that looks awesome too. So, all in all, very, very, very positive about what's happening with the DC movie universe at the moment. As someone who enjoyed the last couple of movies, that one has topped it. For a completely different kind of movie, it was as good as Guardians of the Galaxy 2 that we saw earlier in the week. What a time to be a nerd, what a time to be into comic books and superhero movies, and just, oh, what a time, what a time. Let's go home. Apologies for the temporary drop in sound and visual quality, but to be able to do the next bit, I need you to be able to see this camera, because this is hopefully, if the new thing works, going to be the last time you see a Gorilla Pod attached to the bottom of my normal vlogging camera. It's just not doing the job anymore. I tried to demonstrate this yesterday when we were in Grantham, but it didn't record the audio properly. But if we stand that up, you'll see that it just doesn't hold anymore. So now it holds, but these little joints on it have got so loose and floppy that not only does it not stand up properly, but when I'm holding it out like this, it starts to, you can see it's sort of bending around my fingers. So after a minute or two of talking into it, it just starts to fall down. I really like the fact that it has that quick release thing on it. That's really cool. When I need to quickly take it apart and put it away, that's the best thing about it. But it's really the only redeeming feature. And for £70 a go, and for me to be on my second one of these since I started vlogging, and they've both broken in different ways, isn't good. In fact, let me show you the other one. So I've checked on Amazon. This is the one that I bought on the 27th of March, and it's already loose. Where is it? one of these just pops out. So that one just pops out when it feels like it. Not good. This one is the one that I bought about 6 weeks before that, and this one I've never been able to get the ball head to sit on the top properly. You can see that there's a gap compared to on this one. There's a gap there, and if you just turn it around like once or twice, the whole camera falls off. So £140 worth of tripod that I've had for 3 months total, one of them for less than that, and they're basically useless. I'm not comfortable putting £1,000 worth of camera on the top of one of these. So we need an alternative solution, and I hope this new Manfrotto tripod is going to be the solution. This one is a little bit cheaper, it costs £40, but I'm hoping he's going to be able to do everything that the GorillaPod was able to do, plus a little bit extra on top of that. So it's got these like extendable leg things, so I can still hold it out. It's still got the ball head on top, which is pretty cool, and it still works as a tripod. So if we just put all those back in, I don't know what this button on the side of it does. Okay, so there's a button that stops how far it can move out. That's pretty cool. So you can make it so it actually works as a tripod, or you can have it so it's just like a support just above the ground as well, which I don't really know why you'd do that one, but having it as a proper tripod is cool. But the way I'm going to use it most, in all likelihood, is going to be if I get the camera on top of it. I mean, it's not got a quick release, but that's a pretty quick mechanism for getting the camera secured into place. One secure camera, and with the ball head on there, I'm hoping it's going to be as simple as tighten that up, extend these out, and we have a new vlogging selfie stick thing with the ball head on top, that when I need to use it as a tripod, I can just set it down like this, sort out the ball head, and it's a tripod as well. 40 quid, 70 quid, hopefully will last a little bit longer. That's the plan at the moment. I'll obviously keep you up to date if it doesn't, but if that looks cool to you and feels like something you would want, the thing you're looking for is the Manfrotto Pixie Evo. I'm hoping it's going to be a solution to the problems I've been having over the last couple of weeks. And this is it in action. It's actually more comfortable to hold because it's just smooth plastic rather than silly bumpy metal. I don't know, I just hope it lasts a little bit longer. It feels a little bit flimsy in places, but it doesn't feel like it's going to be collapsing anytime soon. And if I just stick it out like that as a tripod, supports the weight of the camera on an uneven surface in just the same way as the GorillaPod does. But the thing that's really cool about it with the GorillaPod, when you have it set up like that, if you don't want to pick it up and get it back ready for vlogging, it's all about bending it back around and messing around like that. In theory, you should just be able to pick this up, close everything back in, and I mean it's the wrong way round. I have to adjust the ball head a little bit, but we're ready to go again. I think this is an improvement, and it's nearly half the price as well. Links down in the description for both of them. You might decide this was a good sales pitch for the GorillaPod too. Oh, these days keep getting away from me. It's 7:30. I've spent the whole time pretty much since we got back from the cinema doing exam marking. I haven't touched any of the coursework moderation. I'm still only 11% of the way through the exam marking. Need to be at 25% by Wednesday. I also need to do another 12 schools of coursework moderation by Wednesday as well. So I think the plan now, Anna and everyone are in there watching the Britain's Got Talent final. I'm going in there to watch the Champions League final whilst doing some coursework moderation. I think that's probably the best bet. See you tomorrow.